I just posted my review of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, so now it's time to stop and rank all 12 theatrically released Star Wars movies from the worst to the best. Hi, my name is Josh Hickey, and I started this channel because I'm a huge nerd with a passion and fandom in film, and I wanted to share that love with other people. Star Wars has always been a huge part of my childhood, so here's the ranking of all 12 theatrically released Star Wars films. When I say theatrically released, I mean I'm not going to include the Ewok movies or the holiday special, just the ones that were in theaters. Coming in at last place is The Phantom Menace. This is the most boring of all the Star Wars films. The only good stuff is the pod racing scene and the last 20 minutes. And it also gave us Jar Jar Binks, the most justifiably hated character in Star Wars history. Notice I said justifiably hated. I don't think Rose or Rey are justifiably hated. I think that's just trolls being trolls. Liam Neeson and Ray Park are fantastic, though. Number 11, Attack the Clones. The stuff with Obi-Wan playing detective to figure out who's trying to kill Padme, the stuff with Jango Fett, Yoda's lightsaber duel with Dooku, the Geonosis arena, those are all really great stuff. But other than that, this is a bland movie. Hayden Christensen is awful, and his romance with Natalie Portman is borderline psychopath. Anakin openly admits to essentially stalking her, and he also murders the Sand People, and Padme doesn't realize that that's a red flag. Number 10, the Clone Wars movie. The show is fantastic. The movie, though, It's 4 episodes of the show edited together as a movie, and that's exactly what it feels like. The main complaint with Phantom Menace is there's not enough action. My main complaint with this is there's too much action. Ahsoka is so annoying. I don't know, she gets better as the show goes along, she's awesome in The Mandalorian, but I'm just judging the movie as the movie. That's its own thing, separate from the show. If you do it with just the movie, she's unlikable. Obi-Wan's fight and banter with Ventress is fun, but overall the story doesn't make much sense in the context of the bigger saga. Jabba doesn't realize that Luke is related to the guy who rescued his son later on in Return of the Jedi. Also, what happens to Jabba's son later on? Where's Jabba's wife? There's so many questions to this. Number 9, Revenge of the Sith, or as I call it, the good prequel. Once Anakin goes dark side, Hayden Christensen is actually watchable. This movie definitely plays like a Greek tragedy with themes of hubris, and it arguably has the best lightsaber fight in the entire saga, Obi-Wan versus Anakin on Mustafar. And there's no Jar Jar in this movie, so that's a win. Number 8, Return of the Jedi, the weakest of the original trilogy. It's good, but there's still problems. For one, I'm pretty sure the Luke and Leia are twins twist was thrown in at the last second because Lucas wanted a big twist for this one after Empire's I am your father reveal, and he also needed a quick and cheap way to fix the love triangle problem with Luke, Han, and Leia, so he decided to make them twins. Contrary to popular opinion, I love the Ewoks. Also, Death Star 2 is literally just a rehash of New Hope. Number 7, Force Awakens. I will acknowledge this film is kind of a remake of New Hope, but I still enjoy it. It mixes the old and the new well. Kylo Renn is not the best written villain of the film, but Finn and Rey have interesting stories. And after how messy the prequels were, it's a perfect return to form for the saga. Number 6, Rogue One. This movie does take a while to get going, but once it does, it really does. K2SO is one of the most delightful characters in Star Wars. Director Krennic is chilling. I like how this film is its own thing, but it still has that Star Wars flavor. And the last 10 minutes is one of the best Vader moments in the whole saga. Number 5, Solo. Another really fun entry in the Star Wars universe. The whole cast is delightful. Alden Ehrenreich feels like a young Han Solo. I see great things in this young actor's future. Donald Glover was perfectly cast as young Lando. I find the character of L3 to be right up there with Jar Jar and Holdo. As characters I can't stand and I could have done without her. But man, this feels like classic Star Wars. Well done, Ron Howard. Number 4, Last Jedi. Apart from Admiral Holdo, I don't really get the complaints for this film. I don't. People's main complaint with Force Awakens was it was too familiar, and people's main complaint with this is it's too different. I don't know what you people want. I will also defend Luke's behavior in this film. He was trusted with Leia's son and then trained to murder him, and then caused him to turn to the dark side, so of course Luke is hesitant to go back out and fight the First Order. He doesn't want to face what he created, especially after, like he says himself, the galaxy has deified him. Much like his father Anakin before him, he had too high expectations placed on him, and the pressure was too much. This also has one of the most epic lightsaber duels in this trilogy with the throne room of Snoke. Number 3, Rise of Skywalker. Again, I don't get the complaints with this movie. This had everything I wanted in a Star Wars film. It was exciting, it had a compelling story, it had a satisfying conclusion for the characters. People like to complain about Palpatine surviving, but to that I say, Darth Maul survived being cut in half. Anything goes at this point. I love the new character of Zori, she was fun. The criticism I do have are trying to make Rey and Kylo a thing romantically. I don't know why we're glorifying abusive relationships. Kylo tortured her in Force Awakens. Did you not see people's complaints about Joker and Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad movie? And the I am all the Sith and I am all the Jedi was pretty much plagiarized from I am inevitable, I am Iron Man from Avengers Endgame. But other than that, I thought it put a cap on 3 generations of Star Wars and honored its legacy well. Number 2, A New Hope, the one that started it all. This is the classic hero's journey. It has a fun story, great characters, witty dialogue. There's a reason it's a classic and why Star Wars has lasted for 40 years. Number 1, Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, I know. It's the popular choice. It's the cliche choice. Everyone says it's their favorite. But there's a reason for that. It has the most gravitas. It has the best story. It has one of the best twist endings in cinematic history. And it came out at a time where sequels were generally considered box office poison. And the fact that the fourth one, or rather the first one, New Hope, was such a gamble in the first place, there was no way the sequel could have done better. But it did. It was 10 times better. And it's the reason Star Wars still exists today. So that's why it comes in at number 1. So go ahead and share your ranking. Let's keep the comments respectful. I know people like to get really nasty in the comments about Star Wars, but let's remember, this is a franchise about space wizards. So let's not take it too seriously. So share your ranking of the Star Wars movies. You can include the holiday special and the Ewok stuff if you want to. That's fine. So I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you.